Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you from, yes, downtown Manila in the Philippines. It's was 5:30 in the morning, but I've been talking to this wonderful woman, very interesting woman, and I suggest that you reach out and have a chat to her. It costs you nothing to have a virtual cup of coffee. Hear that price, guys? Nothing to have a virtual cup of coffee and see if this woman can help you. And she helped me, so I've been on the phone with her for an hour. So I suggest you reach out. Let me tell you who she is. It's a lovely lady. Her name is Jeanette Hamilton. And Jeanette is the founder, CEO, office manager, so does a lot of things, all his hats, podcaster, integrative practitioner of holistic medicine, life and health coach. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Business name, here we go. The abnormality factor, Durham Combustion Limited. Now, she'll tell you about that later. Who she helps, I need it badly. Mental health, trauma, mindset, manifestation, entrepreneurship, and podcasters. Years in the industry, many, 30 plus, and 3 years with this new project. This is her passion project, right? I'm a practitioner using compassionate inquiry to help others release suffering, find peace, and reconnect with their authenticity. Everything is on the other side of healing. And so, right, guys, here we go. Key achievements. I help raise two phenomenal young adults who are contributing members of society. They are my life, as they should be, and what and who I am. I'm most proud of a successful entrepreneur, times four times, podcaster, practitioner, been featured in many magazines, proud to be the one soon for International Women's Day. I'm also an author. I've written 2 books, Understanding Feelings and Emotions, and The Caregiver Survival Guide. That's an interesting one. And I've been a part of approximately 6 anthropologies, and I have courses that correspond with my first 2 books. I'm in the process of finalising my next course now, which I'm really excited about, and will be publishing the corresponding journal this year as well. I plan on starting my own magazine by the end of the year. With any luck, I can't keep up with myself, and I know that one very, very much. Personal motto, love, and the best intentions and my intuition are what have gotten me to where I am today. Now I know meant be for connection. Connect with me and I will help you get connected. And tells an interesting fact about herself. I have 2 extra bones in my body. We all need a couple of spare bones. We'll come back to that later. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Janet. How are you, Janet?
I'm well, thank you very much. I've had a pleasure talking to you already.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, guys. It's all about having fun, guys. If you're going to come on this show, be prepared to have fun. Janet, tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your career path. What happened?
I started my personal development journey at 39 because I'm so type A. I wanted my shit figured out before I turned 40. And 20 years later, I'm still here, still doing the work and feeling like a 1-year-old. I had to go back to the beginning for my own story. It was all pre-verbal. And I didn't know that till about 3 years ago, after losing about 15 people, including both my parents, falling. I was immobile for 2 months. I was not even present enough to watch TV. I was on death's door, basically. My body was shutting down. My adrenal glands packed it in. My appendix
Oh, God.
went, and it was gone for a year. I couldn't feel it. I don't feel the pain in my body. And it's taken me this long, which is 3 years, and I've been told it could take up to 10 years to heal completely from a burnout. So it was like I went back inside and decided, what am I going to do for the rest of my life now? Because I've looked after people my entire life.
Yep.
It's all I've ever known. And my dad had dementia. My mom had COPD.
Oh,
And the last 12 years was looking after them in different cities and
yeah.
running the company, raising a family, doing it all. And I just
No wonder you're
felt
burnt
that I was capable because I was intelligent, I was analytical, I was resourceful, I was financially capable,
Yeah.
that I felt like I could do it. And I wanted to, I chose to. I prioritized in the moment all the time until I couldn't. And I hit that wall.
Funny you should mention that. I often think about people as the older I get. I think a bit deeper. I often think about these wonderful women who are, say, 40 odd, and their mother is 70 and getting close to an invalid or some really needs some help. And what happens? This beautiful 40-year-old, she gives up 15 years of her life, and she's now 55, and the mother passes away. And then what does a 55-year-old do and who looks after her? You know,
Exactly.
it's quite
And it's
interesting.
like having an empty nester, right? When your kids
Yeah,
leave, it's like as women, we're told and taught to
yeah,
give and be for everyone but ourselves. I grew up with absolutely no understanding of energy or boundaries. It
yeah,
wasn't until I instilled them about 3 years ago that I got to start having fun and doing what I wanted to do for a change instead of reacting
yeah,
to all the extenuating circumstances outside myself.
yeah. Learn to say no. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how do you overcome that?
You really want to know? Self
Mm.
compassion. I find it very difficult to do nothing
Yeah.
and to just be because I've learned that it's not safe for me to just be. But even though I cognitively know that, embodying it is a whole different story. And I think I'll probably spend my lifetime trying to figure that part out.
Yeah, you've probably got ADD or whatever they call it, same as me. I think we've all got it, you know. Just they give you this title, just just be yourself,
Yes.
guys. Be yourself, right? Tell us about an important moment in your career that changed your direction when you decided, "Oh, I'm going to pivot." What happened?
Well, I've never really been angry. I get frustrated and just go into worker bee mode and take it all on myself.
Yeah,
And I think after connecting with myself and starting to understand myself, I got angry. And I'm starting to understand that I don't outwardly exhibit anger, but
yeah,
it's my motivating factor to change an injustice or to change something that's not right.
yeah,
And that's where my anger comes out.
yeah. I got a thing I tell my girl all the time. If we talk about someone or something 3 times, they're gone, out, off the plate. I don't care who it is, gone, because they're annoying you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bringing them up 3 times, right? So
Yeah.
that's my motto. 3 times, you're out. You know, that's right. 3 strikes. You know.
And my body detects like so much. Like I don't even know that I'm doing it. It just happens. And
That's right.
I know who I can be myself around and who I cannot.
Yeah, correct. You know, and you did right. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your amazing success?
Resiliency that I didn't even know I had.
Yep,
Presence, because if I didn't live in the present moment, I don't think I'd be here,
yep,
given what I've learned. Persistence, curiosity.
yeah. And I'd add
I
to that,
love people.
having chatted here for an hour before it was unusual before the podcast. In fact, I'd say you got empathy. You're a great listener, which is awesome because I can talk all day. You're a great listener,
Uh-huh.
and you've got something a lot of people don't have: integrity, guys. That's all you got. You're born with integrity. It's up to you to lose it. You know, it's that simple, right? And
You
you're a
know what? That's a strange thing, honestly, Jeff,
yeah,
is now that I have boundaries,
yeah,
I'm pissed off that I had to have them. I
yeah,
was so authentic. I was literally triggering everybody around me
yeah,
and not even knowing that I was doing it. Having the boundaries now, I don't feel like myself.
yeah.
I feel like I'm hiding myself. I'm trying to be something I'm not.
Yeah, I left Australia 14 years ago, and 1 month before I left, I told 40 of my fair weather friends at a nice restaurant, which I paid for. I said, I'm going to have $1 million month. They all laughed their heads off. Anyway, I brought them back a month later, and I said, guys, you were right. I failed. And they all laughed and laughed and laughed. And then while they're having my eating lobsters, and then I had a spreadsheet in front of them all. I said, let's go around the room. What do you make, John? 30,000. The average was about 35,000. I said, although I failed, I made there's a spreadsheet, guys, and they know me, it's authentic. I made 898,000 and I netted 330,000, which is effing 12 years of your wages. Now, here's my car keys for you, John. And Fred, you can have my boat. Oh, I can't take, guys, I'm flying by plane. I won't be needing these. I'm not coming back while I got a hole in my bum. That was 14 years ago, and I've never been back. And I've never spoken to one of them, not one of them. So they were fair weather.
So that's interesting then. So what do you think the friendship was all about?
Yeah, it was like I was rich and I had all these money. I was like Fonzie. I'd always hang around us, and that's what they were. As my friends would call them, paid enemies.
Did you feel used and abused and objectified?
Not so much, but as I got older, yes, but not in the early days because I could. I figured, why not share my wealth? I was making $5,000 a week when wages were $500, so I felt I had to share it with my friends. You know,
And money's meant to circulate and to be given and shared. It's when
yeah,
you hoard it that you never get it.
yeah. But we had, and I was known as the party boy. We had parties at my house every 2 weeks, big parties. And I had a special room where the good scotch was. I had about 10 of my friends. You were allowed to go to the special room and get your scotch. The rest of the boys had to drink basic stuff, right? All that, you know. And pool parties. If you didn't jump in the pool, we threw you in with your clothes on. You had a choice. Women as well, jewelry, the whole lot. We'd pick up one and throw one in, just as an example. Everybody got undressed real quick. It was a lot of fun. It was fun days.
I have to bite my tongue now because I'll get myself in trouble if I say what I want to say. I'll tell you later.
I was Hugh Hefner when Hugh was still around. Tell us about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of. Amongst your
Understanding myself, learning to speak on stage when I feel like I have no words.
I love that.
Yeah, because it's like, who am I to think that I'm anything to be speaking on stage?
Yeah.
And yet I know that was my next level of growth because I'm trying to get this feeling in my body out. And I'm hoping that it will help. But it's also to make the impact and to leave a legacy.
Awesome. It changes lives. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. I'm angry that I suffered and didn't even know it for 60 years.
Tell me
We're not raising whole children.
Yeah,
we're doing everything ass backwards.
Yeah, we both know Orly. Is Orly helping you, or you got another coach, or you're doing something yourself? What's happening there?
I've got 3 or 4 speaking coaches. One for the acting, one for the language and the words and just embodiment.
You don't need it. Just be. Just get out there and let it go. Be yourself.
But the thing is, I can't talk about one thing. Because my life is like this with all the different directions, and that's what I speak from.
Just take them through the journey from A to Z. Take them through the journey. Just work.
I don't have 60 years. I only get 12 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty short, isn't it? When you think about it, God, that's funny enough. About 3 months ago, I sat down and started writing a book, and I told you 4 of the chapters, and I was only about 10, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm 77. This book will be like an encyclopedia. I'm not going to bother. So I threw it aside for that reason. And the other thing is, like you have, I've lived it. They haven't lived it, so they don't believe it because they haven't done it. The old story.
Exactly.
It can't be true.
Yeah.
Tell me, what advice would you give one of your children, a 20-year-old, a niece, a nephew, one of your own children? What would you tell them when they're 20 and they said, "Oh, I've just finished university. What should I do with myself?" What would you tell them?
To do what you want, don't conform.
Yeah, lovely.
Be who you want, be and do. Don't adapt to the system. The system is
broken. Yeah.
It's broken, and to me, it's a form of mind control. And this is exactly what I'm doing, is trying to change people's minds so that they can think. I feel our freedoms are being stripped away in North America anyway. No freedom of speech, no freedom of thought, nothing anymore.
I've got the ultimate freedom. I can travel whenever I want to, do what I want. A story I used to tell people, my conspiracy theory. What happens, you go to school, and then when you're at high school, they go, "Oh, you got to go to university and get a piece of paper." So you do what your parents tell you, and you go for an engineering degree. And fantastic, you throw your hat in the air. In Minnesota, 400 engineers all came out the same year. Congratulations, you all made it. You pick up the local paper, and guess what? There are 10 engineering jobs, so 390 of you end up at Wendy's and McDonald's flipping burgers because no other jobs are around. And you marry the waitress, you buy a car, you buy a house, you have 2 children, and you die at 70 having paid taxes all your life. That's the system. So break the mold, guys. Break the mold.
100%.
Yeah, that's what the system is. That's how it's designed, right? You work for the government. You work all your life for the government. Work for yourself.
The system's breaking down now. It's feeding off of itself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm angry now, is because what I've learned and what I've experienced and what I've been taught we can heal ourselves. And this system is treating the symptoms and not dealing with the root cause.
Yeah. Here's an example, guys. I left Australia 14 years ago, and what they told me is, oh, if you want the pension, which is like Social Security, you've got to come back and live here for 2 years. No, thank you. I don't want your money. Keep your money. I don't want it. I'm not coming back ever. Right. So yeah, that's typical of a system. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? Janet, you're only at base camp now. You've got a long way to go.
No, I'm just beginning. What I want to travel more. I want to heal more. I want to hold space for lots of people. I want to educate people that they get to choose the life that they want, that everything is possible, anything. I think Einstein said it, that all the ideas are out in the universe. You just have to grab one before somebody else does. But to do what you love, not what you're told to do. Because I think what you were hitting on was all of these engineers come out, they get on with their life after what they were told, but they're not happy. They're not living in their purpose. And I want people to be living in their purpose a lot earlier than myself.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and we've been fortunate. We've been through a very good era, though. There's no other era I could think of I would have wanted to live. You know, I missed all the wars. Only bad things were COVID and 9/11. There's the only bad things that happened in my lifetime. But apart from that, it's been smooth sailing. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations? What are you up to? What are you going to be doing with yourself?
What am I going to be doing with myself? Well, I've got the podcast. I'm going to start.
Going on.
Connecting people and showing people what's possible when you do the inner work and how you can change your mind, change your life, and choose with intention what you want to be, do, everything. It's all.
I think you're going to be an awesome speaker. I see you in 12 months' time. You won't have time to do anything. You'll be a sought after speaker. You'll be traveling all over the place. You know, and it's a passion. You'll be out there telling the story and helping people. Isn't that a major achievement? You know.
But what I've learned and what I've known has been around since the beginning of time. I mean, I feel what I'm talking about now is from our forefathers. They knew all this shit long before us. Yeah,
that's right. They applied it. We didn't. Tell us, what's the best way of this wonderful podcast? What's the best way for people to find out more about you and your wonderful services? What's the best way? LinkedIn? What's the best way in general?
Yeah, LinkedIn's probably the best one, but I am on Facebook and Instagram. Honestly, though, I don't post a lot on socials, which is kind of probably backwards. I'm too busy living life. I post stuff on Facebook as a history of my life, I suppose. I rarely respond to anyone. I don't have time because I'm doing what I love, which is connecting with other like-minded people.
That's what it's all about, guys. That's how you learn. You know, you learn from others, guys. This podcast, I've had 500 guests, and apart from this lady who I spent over an hour with earlier, but first one ever, 2 other people come to mind. All right, one lady said this to me. She said, "Ready?" I nearly fell off my chair. Be a better human. I went, "What the fuck?" Right? And I thought to myself, I'm a marketing guy. I went, I can see it now. T-shirt, be a better human. A mug, be a better human. A pen. I'll go to Africa. I'll start drilling holes in the ground and find water for these people. And I thought, hang on, Jeff, you're too big. You can't save the world. Settle down. You can't save the world. Right?
I'll die trying.
So save yourself. Don't save the world. So that was awesome. And another lady, this one really resonated with me because I've got a lot of respect for women. And she said this. She came on my show, lovely lady, about 60, looked about 40, beautiful lady, and a lady in the true sense. And she said, "Jeff, I'm not a CEO, I'm a she-EO." And I thought, how cool is that? Because you think about it, you find a partner and you get a house, and that woman makes your house into a home. She has your children. She cooks your meals. She does your laundry. She gives you an aspirin when you've got a bloody headache. She sends you out the door with a shiny new briefcase with all your papers organised and a cut lunch, right? And you go out and conquer the world for 8 hours, and she works 24/7. So who's the real leader in the house when you think about it, guys? It's the CEOs, not the CEOs.
Brilliant. I like it.
And that's my take on it, you know. And the women, they're coming up slowly, but you know, it's always been that ceiling, you know. It's got to
Well,
I hope in time they crack that ceiling and go forth and multiply.
oh, it's happening. It's happening. And I feel exactly what you're saying. And that's partly what I want to talk
Yeah,
is
well,
things are changing. You had a patriarchal system that 200 years ago created policies and procedures in government.
yeah,
Few years later, you have women's lib. Women are evolving. They're becoming educated, independent. They're not depending on men anymore.
nice.
But
Yeah,
men are really not evolving. Not all of them, but some of them
that's
are
right.
not evolving at the
I
same
agree.
rate.
I
Hence
agree.
why we have so much divorce rate right now. And you know what you take out of this marriage, you're going to take into the next one.
Yeah.
Because unless you've done this work and really understand what you brought to the table, and it does take two.
And sometimes the first one's a practice run. You need to iron out all. I mean, and people are amazed. I'm still best of friends. She handles all my finances. I'm still best of friends with my original wife. I've only been married once, and people go, "You still speak to your wife?" And I go, "Are you crazy? She had my children. We spent 16 wonderful years together. In the end, we just weren't suited." She told me one day,
Exactly.
I was sitting at the table. She said to me, "Oh, why don't you just get out?" And I had a steak right up near my mouth. I dropped the fork and walked. And she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Out." And that was it. I left that day. Just left. Because she said those words. And they were, to me, they were from the heart, right?
Yeah.
If you said them, you mean it. So game over. I'm moving
We're
on.
supposed to grow in relationship. We're supposed to learn our lessons in
Yeah.
relationships. We're mirrors of each other.
Well, I had the balls to do something about it. And then I said to her, "Listen, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. The hard way, we both go to lawyers and they get all the money." I had a lot of money. They get all the money. Or, because we've got two wonderful children, they're pretty young, I'll give you 70% of everything and I'll take 30%. The reason being, I give her a hard time. I said, "I've got a brain, you haven't." So so the lawyers can't take my brain, but they can take yours. So anyway, and we're still friends to,
But
to,
it's
this, to this
true.
day. She's my best
I
friend.
mean, people get married. They're in love usually when they get married, and they forget years later what brought them together in the first place because they just lose themselves like we all do through raising our kids, through work, through stressful events, and you forget what brought you together in the first place.
That's right. It's
And if we could just hang on to those things.
about respect. That's the key word there, respect. Before we wrap it up, Janet, you've been an awesome guest, my friend. Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that, apart from you can tell us about the two bones in the body or something else. Tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
I think, yeah, the two bones in my body, I just had in the arch of my mouth. I had braces when I was younger.
Yeah,
And for somebody, the people that really know me know that I talk a lot are going to find it funny that I had to have a larger mouth because I needed to have the space. My arch of the mouth was small, I guess. So
yeah.
I had an apparatus that widened it and allowed two pieces of extra bone to grow there. And
Wow.
I guess that I'm highly sensitive.
Yeah,
I feel others more than I feel myself.
you make good use of it.
Yeah, I'm putting it into practice now that I understand myself. I
You've
just
been
didn't before.
You've been an awesome guest. And guys, see what 15 minutes of fame is like talking to a friend. It's all nothing serious. It's all about talking to a friend. I want you to think about this. A TV commercial would cost you over $20,000. You know what happens? It comes on, people jump up, grab a beer, grab a burger, or go to the toilet, miss the whole damn thing. So you wasted your money. 10 radio spots, that's no problem in your city. They're going to set you back about $3,000 to $5,000. And guess what? They'll play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep, right? Come on, 15 minutes of fame. It's all about you. We'll make a little mini movie all about you. And it's on Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook group, YouTube, and our new platform, School, with all your social media links, putting you in front of hundreds of potential clients. The rest is up to you. So don't put this in the drawer. Make sure you get out and use it. Go on LinkedIn. I was interviewed by the guru, and keep using it. It's evergreen. Put it on your email. Put it on your website. Put it everywhere. Spread the word. Janet, you've been an awesome guest, my friend. Any last words?
It's been a pleasure, and I really hope that you'll return the favor and be a guest on my podcast at some point.
No, not a problem, my friend. Not a problem. We'll probably talk for 2 hours.
I think so.
All the best. Thank you.